live.
Are we?
Live to tape.
I don't.
Live. It's still live.
I don't think there's tape involved.
No tape.
Greg,
you don't know what those giant data centers run on.
Greg records his podcast every week on a microcassette player.
Yeah.
Drops it in the mail, sends
That's
it
what
over to CJ.
Do.
Who?
I have to redigitize it.
Yep.
Yeah. All that good stuff.
That's what the Patreon dollars are for.
It's a very analog podcast.
Right.
That's right. Hello and welcome to episode 954 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, March 11th, 2025. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Hello.
How's it going, Gregory?
Good. How's it going? How's it going with you, CJ?
It's going great.
All right. Good talk.
Yeah, that's all you got
Wow.
for me?
Huh? What?
For me?
Greg's real
You-
snippy
You don't have
today.
anything else?
I'm so tired of being cold. It's so cold here still.
Really?
Oh.
I hate it. It warmed up and then it got cold again. No, you know what? I'm going through some stuff because my oldest is on her class trip to Europe right now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, whoa.
So that's a thing that's happened.
Okay.
I once
Yeah.
saw a movie about some people who went on a European vacation, and it turned into a bit of a sticky situation.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I think one of the things she's most excited about is later this week when she's going to go see Parliament
Oh,
and Big Ben.
Big Ben, yes.
Anyway, yeah,
You have to get used to those roundabouts.
She's in Rome right now, so
Oh.
yeah. But it's the first time she's been so far away. She's not alone, but without me. So,
Right.
Yeah.
They get older.
That they do. It's just gonna continue happening from
Seems
here on
unfair.
out.
Yep.
So where all is she going over there?
She's currently in Rome, and
Right.
then they'll be going to Paris later this
Okay.
week, and then they're going to London.
Oh my.
Oh, very nice.
London, England, not London, Ontario.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, because that would suck.
Important.
But
important distinction.
no offense to London, Ontario, but I mean you're not London, England. So
So
Big
she will be
Ben,
able
no
to
Parliament.
say, I see London, I see France.
yes,
I see CJ has no pants.
I do. I'm wearing pants.
that's like the last thing I hope. My
I
daughter
do,
says.
CJ says, gesturing to his upper torso.
You see? I can't get
Clearly,
far,
I'm wearing.
far enough from the computer for you to see. Yeah.
Show off those gams, CJ. Give
No
the people what
problem.
they want.
And joining me from the
This
great
whole
state of
conversation
Washington,
sucks.
Mr. Phil Theobald.
Hi, it's me.
Hi. Hello, sir.
How's it going?
Phil's the problem. It's him.
It's always me.
Yeah.
That was a
how
Taylor Swift reference, by the way.
Was it?
How are you, Phil?
I'm fine. I said I think I said I'm fine.
Yeah?
I'm fine.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
If you were wondering.
I was wondering. I see that you have a Waikiki trolley
Oh,
Here we go.
shirt on.
There,
Here, let the bullshit begin. Let's do it.
there it is. Look at that.
Waikiki trolley. I refrained from buying this shirt.
Like a fool. Like a fool.
But I did buy the Matsumoto Shave Ice.
You go into my closet now.
Should be
Yeah.
shaved ice.
And it's
Shave
all
Ice.
it's all
Oops. All like a dragon collaboration wardrobe.
This is like me 7 years ago with Sea of Thieves.
Right, but this is a fun game. So
What? No.
sea
Sea of Thieves is a
I
fun
also
game.
I also have my an Alola
Wow.
Aloha.
Get it right.
Always on brand.
We're not talking about the region.
Aloha.
Yeah.
Aloha Beer. Aloha Beer did a collaboration with like a dragon, so I got that shirt here now. Oh.
Ah, nice.
Oh. This.
Oh.
Look at this. I got my big ol' wooden Stein here.
Yeah, it's called a tankard, and I have one right here too.
Oh, yours is
you
a
know.
pen holder.
Mine, I'm using it to hold. Well, there's beer in it, but also pens. No, there's no beer in it.
Very confusing.
No, yeah,
You got one as well, I see.
not from Like a Dragon. This is.
Oh,
This is my.
you got a
pirate
fake one.
tankard. Yeah.
You got a fake one.
Anyway, I guess it's
mine
not
has
Like a Dragon related.
Mine has the Aloha Beer Company and the Like a Dragon logo on there.
That's great.
You bet it is.
Yeah.
I have another shirt on the way
Yeah.
from the good folks at 88 Tees,
Yeah.
which is another Hawaiian t-shirt company featured in the game. And ABC Stores also has a collaborative tee.
They have a Like a Dragon shirt too?
They do, but they are sold out of XL. So either I need to lose a little weight
or gain some.
Or
what do you mean lose a little weight? It's easier to put it on.
What do you go? What do you go around the other side?
You're not wrong.
Yeah, go around the other side. Yeah.
Weight is cyclical.
Yeah.
If I eat enough, eventually I'll fit into a medium.
No, just saying. Then you can move on to the double XL.
Oh, I see.
Double X. I'm already on the double X train.
But anyway,
you look big enough to be a double X.
Well, the problem is I'm tall.
He is tall.
So I wish I had that problem.
If I
He is
get
very tall.
an XL, you'll be seeing my midriff.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
And
big boy.
That's a feature, not a bug.
I don't like that. I don't want to be exposing my midriff like some Britney Spears.
You don't want us exposing ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah. So
yeah, I got a Waikiki trolley shirt.
You got a Waikiki trolley and ABC Stores shirt.
No, I didn't get an ABC Stores.
No,
shirt.
well, you didn't yet, but you will.
Well, I don't. TBD.
TBD when they restock.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
I had a little bit of a fun weekend. I went to the Emerald City Comic Con.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
we've seen the pictures that prove it.
You've seen the picture. You want to see it?
Well, we've seen a picture.
You want to see a picture?
Enough.
Well, I've seen it.
This is an audio podcast.
Okay, well, the
first
YouTube
Phil does show and tell, and then you offer to show pictures. Like what?
The YouTube and Twitch audience can see the picture now.
Oh, there it is.
That's okay. I was gonna say that was a background, but
no. This we went to the Emerald City Comic Con, myself and my daughter, and we got a photo op with the Star Trek Strange New Worlds cast. Well, 3 of them.
Right.
Anson Mount, Celia Rose Gooding, and Melissa Navia, who play Pike, Uhura, and Ortegas on the show.
Yes, respectively.
Respectively. A fantastic show, by the way. If you've not seen Strange New Worlds,
it is good.
You owe it to yourself to do so.
Look at you decked out in your Lower Decks gear there, CJ.
Wearing my Cerritos shirt. Yeah.
Yep. I'm always checking out CJ's Lower Decks. Especially when he's just wearing an L and not an XL.
That's a 2XL right there. As you can see, no midriff.
My goodness.
Yeah, so we had a lot of fun. My daughter dressed up as a Lower Decks crew person.
Yeah.
As well in the and she does have pips on. You can't see it. She has pips on her collar as well. So
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
you got a good couple inches there on Anson Mount.
I do. I'm
could
tall.
CJ beat up Captain Pike?
CJ is freakishly tall.
Could I beat up Captain Pike? Maybe.
Next time you go to one of these Comic Cons, you should find out. Stay
tuned. No.
CJ was escorted out of the building after this photo was taken.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's not talk about that. Yeah. But yeah, it was really fun.
Good.
It's been my first time. God, the last time I went to a Comic Con.
Yeah.
was in Chicago, I think. Maybe
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's been a while. I went to a New York Comic-Con.
Oh yeah,
in the mid 2000s, and that was fun.
Yeah.
But I hadn't been in a while, so yeah, we had fun. We got our day passes. We had a pass for Saturday only.
Right.
And walked around the show floor a little bit until both of us were tired of walking around the show floor.
Did you do anything else? Did you see any other celebrities or anything like that?
No, we didn't see any other celebrities.
This was a pure.
This was pure.
We're going for Trek.
Going for Trek, yeah.
Okay.
And we did see a lot of other people dressed up.
Right.
There were some Boimlers.
Oh, funny.
In Lower Decks garb. There were some beard Boimlers as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that was fun. Yeah, and didn't see any other celebrities, but Bruce Campbell was there, of course. I've seen Bruce Campbell plenty of times. So
oh well,
old hat now.
Listen to this guy.
Old hat.
Did you buy anything? Did your kid buy anything?
Yeah, Charlotte bought 2 T-shirts and then a Cutie Trek sticker sheet. So this was a let's see. Should I?
Is this like a fan art thing, or is this like?
Yeah, it was like a fan art thing. Stickers of like not even chibi versions of the Next Generation cast.
Mm-hmm.
And you can probably find an image on the web from the booth that this was at. But it's like, yeah, they have eyelashes and they're clearly they have rosy cheeks and they're not chibified, but they are cuted up.
Okay.
In a big way. So yeah, we got stickers. There was a sticker sheet with this Cutie Trek thing. It was somebody's like, home or not homemade, but it was like their goods store, and they had a bunch of different things. That was the only thing that was Trek related in the whole
really
booth. And my daughter saw it. I don't know how she saw it. She has good eyesight, better than mine for damn sure. But
she's not ancient.
That's true. But yeah, and that was all we bought there.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't buy anything.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really like when we went to PAX, I don't think I bought anything.
Really?
PAX. I don't really buy anything.
PAX was a long time ago.
At cons.
It was some time ago.
When was the last time we were there? 2019?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was that late, to be honest, but
was it? I think
I don't know.
I
I'm
think
just
it was.
saying.
I think it was 2019 because you stayed with me in Bothell.
The brothel?
After we had moved to Seattle, you stayed at our house.
Yes.
And that would have been 2019.
Okay.
That was the only year.
There it is.
And
we were there.
That's when it was.
There you go. So anyway, had a lot of fun. Did a lot of walking, did a lot of sitting on concrete floors. And yeah, I can't do that much anymore. Concrete does not agree with my constitution anymore. Yeah. A lot of things don't agree with my constitution anymore.
Or the constitution for that matter.
We don't pay much attention to that these days.
Yeah. Let's not pay any attention to that. All right. So video games, how about it?
What about them?
They're great, aren't they?
If you say so.
I do say so. And
it kind of depends on the one you're talking about.
Well, last week was a banner week for video games. I think right now we can just go ahead and end the show and not do any more episodes because Donkey Kong 94 and Mario's Picross have hit Nintendo Switch Online. Is this with expansion pass, the Game Boy stuff? No, I think it's just normal NSO.
I think it's just normal.
NSO. Yeah. Okay. So DK94
Genesis N64 expansion pack, I think,
and Game Boy Advance.
And Game Boy Advance. Yeah.
Now there is no game called Donkey Kong 94.
No, it's just
it is a misnomer.
Donkey Kong for the Game Boy, which a lot of people ignored because they thought it was just Donkey Kong, which in the beginning it is, but then it very quickly does a hard left turn into some action puzzle gameplay. And man, it is so much fun. It is a great Game Boy game, and if you've not played it, you should definitely play it. Use this excuse now to try it out, because it is a fantastic game, and you can play it using the Super Game Boy color scheme as well.
Let me ask your opinion, CJ.
What's that?
Donkey Kong Game Boy version.
Yeah.
Top 3 Game Boy game?
Top 3 Game Boy game. Yes.
Top 5?
No, I think it's top 3.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. What are the other two?
Tetris?
Yeah. I want to see if our tastes align here. What's the third?
Let's see. Gosh. OG Game Boy.
Taking a long time to say Bart versus the Juggernauts.
I'm putting Motocross Maniacs up there.
Oh my.
Sorry. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And that's just personal.
Our tastes are
personal taste.
Wildly divergent there on the top 3 then. The correct answer, of course, is Link's Awakening.
Yeah. You know, I never actually played through Link's Awakening on the Game Boy. Yeah.
This is an audio podcast, but trust me, folks, I'm shaking my head.
I played through it on the Switch, and that's the most I've played of Link's Awakening.
You guys are missing out on...
Yeah.
No, I feel like playing it on the Switch was the better way to play it anyway. So
I agree with that statement, and you're overruled now.
That's
Phil.
That's weird.
Yeah,
that's weird. Yeah,
Link's Awakening. No one asked my opinion about the top 3 Game Boy games. But that's cool.
Do you play the Game Boy? You don't even like the Game Boy.
Do I play it now?
Game Boy.
I loved the Game Boy.
Okay, what's your top 3 then?
I didn't play the Game Boy.
There it is.
I played the Game Boy for like 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end.
No.
No?
Beginning.
Oh,
I had a Game Boy when it launched. And then I sold it for a Genesis.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is why. This is why.
Oh, it's because I was
If
poor.
I was going to say, hey, give me the top 3 Nomad games, I know who I'm going to.
Not me.
So just so you know,
yeah,
the top 3 Game Boy games
okay.
Yeah.
are Tetris.
Yes.
Right.
Gargoyle's Quest.
No.
I mean, it's up there.
Thank you.
It's up there.
And I can't pick a third one.
There are only 2 games for the Game Boy. You can't pick a third.
No, you know what? You know a game that is way up there for me? Ghostbusters 2.
You know what? That's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good game. That's the HAL developed.
Yep.
Ghostbusters game.
Great game.
And it is good.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
Whatever game we originally Donkey Kong is really good, but it's not in my top 3.
Oh.
But see, as we mentioned, we call it Donkey Kong 94.
Right.
Because it came out in 94. Well, I wasn't playing Game Boy in 94. So
well, see,
that's another problem.
Yeah.
That's user error.
That's again being too poor to own a Game Boy and selling everything so I could buy a Genesis instead.
Well, anyway, the other game is Mario Cross.
Another
classic.
Absolute.
Another top 3 Game Boy game.
Yep.
Complete banger.
Somebody's top 3.
Yeah.
Mario Cross.
This is where it started. This is where your addiction began.
This is the game.
Yeah.
That got me into Picross. So
also
hardcore.
Still by Jupiter.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Jupiter knows what they're doing when it comes to Picross.
They do.
Did you think so? Was Jupiter created to create Picross games, or did they do other things before Mario's and after Mario's Picross?
Well, Jupiter has been around for a long time.
They've done other things.
But I'm just curious. Do you think that when they created this game, they realized this would be the game that would carry the company for the next 2.5 to 3 decades?
Let's see. Jupiter
You're
founded
glad
in
you
1992.
I'm not glad I asked. Yeah.
1992. That might have been because of Mario's Picross.
I mean,
formed the
J League Big Wave Soccer
Oh, okay.
So they were just like a standard third-party developer.
Yeah.
Doing contract work, I'm guessing.
I mean, honestly, a lot of Sakura Taisen for Game Boy Color.
Yeah, so that's what they were.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot that they did the software in the Game Boy camera.
But either way,
okay, that's
my
cool.
point being, do you think that when they created Mario's Picross, that anyone thought, hey, this is the future? This is what we're going to be doing for the next 25 years, 30 years.
Nobody thinks that.
I know, but it's just interesting that that's the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It just doesn't feel like that would be the game.
Well, and they're damn good at it too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sonic Pinball Party?
They have it down.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, if you
have
NSO, go download the update to the Game Boy app and play Donkey Kong and Mario's Picross.
Agreed.
You should. You owe it to yourself to do that. Phil?
Yes, sir.
How much of that Robocop game did you end up playing?
20
minutes? Seconds. Whoa.
It's not a lot.
20. Not a lot. Okay.
I'll tell you what.
A couple hours, and then I got sidetracked.
They did an awesome job in that game capturing the vibe of New Detroit.
Yeah.
And the Robocop universe.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was very much fun.
Really?
No. I played that for a couple hours as well and bounced off it. Probably because something else came out that I wanted to play, but it wasn't compelling enough to make me want to go back and play it more.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the same problem I had with it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Little something that bugged me about it was they got Peter Weller back to voice.
Except he's way too old to voice
Alex Murphy. But you know what? Whatever.
Sure.
But they didn't get Nancy Allen in to voice Lewis.
Yeah.
And it kept throwing me off. And I understand that Nancy Allen is also old, but we don't mind hearing.
Go ahead and guess that they didn't have the budget to pay both of them.
Maybe.
Possible. And they went with what would be.
I mean, obviously,
he's a little bit more important.
Yes, but still.
Because he's a man.
There it is.
Wow.
From the mouth of Greg Seward, his views do not reflect those of the Player One podcast.
He's the main character, obviously. He's the title character.
He's the titular Robocop.
Mm-hmm.
But
CJ short shirts again.
Oh boy.
Not seeing my midriff.
But I do want to
see your midriff.
I want to go back and play more of the RoboCop game at some point.
I got CJ.
You did.
We've lost him.
Yeah, he's gone.
Did.
He almost pulled his headphones right out of the computer on that one.
Almost. It was a close one.
Oh,
God. Anyway, so
it's weird you bring that game up though after all this time, CJ.
It is strange, isn't it? It's strange, but you see, they announced a sequel.
What?
RoboCop Rogue City.
Some sort of RoboCop 2?
No.
RoboCop also.
So this is an Expandalone. It's a sort of like it's a follow-up.
That's
Expandalone.
You can play.
Are you making this up?
Is that a thing people say?
Yeah, have you not heard the term Expandalone?
Is it really not? Is it a quadruple A game? Since we're just making up words?
We're just making things up now, yeah.
No, Expandalone, that's a word. That's a real word.
Expandalone.
I don't know if that's a real word.
Jeff Grubb, he'll say it's a word. Ask him.
He
knows
who
things.
Makes Jeff Grubb the authority on what's a word and what isn't.
Yeah.
He's a journalist.
We were too once.
He knows.
Were we?
Were we really?
Maybe. Well, I was.
Anyway, so Unfinished Business is the name of
one of the most important jobs a journalist has is telling people if the Flintstones bowling game is good.
Well, I never reviewed that.
I did.
We've already
and it wasn't good, was it, CJ?
It was not good.
There you go.
It was 0.5 good.
Oh my gosh, that's quite poor, actually.
Yeah. So
So-
unfinished business. So
Uh-huh.
you will of course be playing as Alex Murphy, and it's set in Omni Tower,
Okay.
and you'll be taking down a lot of baddies, I hear, because it's a RoboCop game. That's how that works.
Kind of what he
right?
does.
Right.
Yeah. So
Cool.
comes out this summer.
So
right.
it.
So Phil,
But-
you have until the summer to finish, and then
Oh my goodness.
this is their Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, but it's RoboCop.
So it's
because
like
Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is basically an Expandalone for Infinite Wealth.
oh,
Oh, that's the point you were making. Okay.
and the whole
Yeah.
game's like set it within the tower.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
yeah.
the Raid. Did you ever see
The
the Raid?
I have not seen The Raid, actually.
The movie The Raid?
No. I've
You haven't
not
seen The Raid?
No.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about though, right?
I do know what you're talking about, yeah.
The Raid is good. You should see The Raid.
I have heard it's good.
Have you seen
Yeah,
Have you seen
I have
Dread?
seen Dread. I've seen Dread.
'Cause
That was the other
Dread's-
thing I knew you were going to bring up.
Oh, because the Dread kind of just ripped off the Raid.
The Raid. Yeah.
I mean, Dread is good. Don't get me wrong.
Dread is a great movie.
But then you should watch The Raid,
I don't
Which
want to
is-
watch the original or something.
which is like
It's gonna color my opinion of Dread.
you can watch The
No,
Raid
I'm
and not
kidding. I
be
should
thinking of
watch
Sylvester
Raid.
Stallone the whole time.
What about what's his name?
Rob Schneider?
No, not Rob Schneider. The newer Dread.
What in the world are we talking about?
You're talking about the old Judge Dredd movie.
I
talking
am.
about the new Dredd, the new Dredd movie, and I forget who's in it. Who?
Oh.
What's his name?
Wait, when you said Dread, you were talking about the Judge Dredd movie?
Yes.
Yes.
I had no idea. I did not make that connection
Wait, what?
because
did
I've
you-
never
didn't.
seen it. Well, I mean, if you'd said I realize the title is not Judge Dredd,
Right.
but I thought you were just talking about some movie called Dread, Dread. that
I was talking
never
about a
heard of.
movie called Dread.
Dredd.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I have to spell every word that I say to avoid confusing YOUU and not the U that is a female sheep. Surely you.
Got it.
Do you see what I'm saying there? Carl
This-
Urban, by the way,
Carl
is
Urban,
the
yes, I
actor
had
who
to-
plays New Dread.
And that's a great movie. I love
It is.
I love that movie. That's
It is.
fantastic.
Well, Carl Urban is very good.
Carl Urban is excellent. Yeah.
He's a good actor. I like.
Yeah.
I
He's
like
in
Carl
that show that everybody likes on Amazon Prime.
Star
The
Trek.
Boys?
I
The
believe
Boys.
It's The Boys
some
you're
kind of
thinking of.
Lord of the Rings.
Well, he's in
Uh,
He's in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Is he really? That's right. He
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
Shit.
Yes. So
I was trying to come up with an Amazon Prime show. All I can
He's
think of
in-
are Fallout and Lord of the Rings.
oh, he's in.
It was
He's
like
in
Wheel of Time or something. He's not in that.
and he is in
Uh,
Star Trek. You know that too, right?
Yes.
He's in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek.
He's in the J.J. Abrams Star Trek,
Yes.
which we haven't watched yet.
Oh, really?
Although my daughter has seen at least one of those movies.
Okay.
before. So
The middle one's not
on
very
a cruise on a cruise ship. So I'm sure she remembers it.
good. Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. What were we talking about again? Dread.
He was
yes.
also Doom guy. He was in the Doom movie.
Oh, really? Oh,
The movie with The Rock.
yeah.
You know the live
The
action Doom movie?
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, because they promoted The Rock being in it because he's
Rock.
a big celebrity.
Still is The Rock. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Carl Urban is Doom guy. His character probably
He's
has a name,
the guy.
but he is the Doom guy.
I
Yes.
see.
Yeah.
I never saw the Doom movie.
It was not a very good movie.
Wasn't good.
That's why I didn't see it.
No.
All right, let's see this one. Sega promises fewer new games, but deeper investments in Sonic, Atlas, and Like a Dragon. So,
Well, that's what I want to hear from a video game company is
That's what you wanna
less
hear.
games.
Fewer new games.
Good. This is right after Sega has
the ones
announced
that
that
make money.
Sega recently announced that they're not going to be focusing on old games. Good news.
Sonic
They're
and
not
Yakuza.
focusing on new games either.
Well, here's the yeah.
So
We're gonna churn out those hits. People like certain things from Sega. We're just gonna beat that into the ground until it stops working.
It's
right?
it's a pretty unique approach to a video game company.
I
Yeah.
know you'd think that other AAA studios hadn't already been the harbingers of that being a bad idea. Ubisoft,
Microsoft,
EA, Activision,
THQ,
Acclaim. We'll talk about them later.
which is coming back, baby.
Oh yeah, yeah,
What?
that's right.
We gotta hold it. We're talking about Sega now, not Acclaim. But yeah, so they during an earnings Q&A, they were asked about acquiring studios to bolster its development efforts. They replied that they'd like to strengthen Atlas, which is the Persona studio and Metaphor ReFantasio,
Right.
as well as Ryuga Gotoku studio, that is, of course, the Like a Dragon
The Like a Dragon folk.
studio, and Sonic Team. So yeah, the studios involved in Sonic and Like a Dragon IPs are also short of staff, and we're looking to reinforce personnel through additional hiring. So yeah, they're going to run those in the ground, right?
Yep.
Is that what we're saying?
Make as
Although
much money as you can
I'm
and
here
get
for
out.
it. You want to run Like a Dragon into the ground. Again, there's so many things. I mean, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii proves you can do.
I mean,
they've
got to go to space at this point, right? That's
Yeah.
I am counting on it.
Yeah.
At this point, I kind of like need it. It's like a core need. I need Like a Dragon series to go to space. And I need the scientist who's working on like the Roomba thing. Like,
Oh,
to be
yeah.
the one that leads the way
Yep.
to that.
Ichiban's going to get sucked into some new rocket-fueled Roomba and blast off
Into space.
and find some space Yakuza.
You think they'll go to Saturn? Because that could really
That'd be great. Actually, I think you've uncovered a wonderful format there, because so many of Sega systems had code names that were based on planets. I mean, there's a lot to work with there.
That's also true. Yeah. I also want to see a fantasy based put
Like
them in
PHANTAS.
No.
Oh.
Why
Not
not?
at all.
Come on.
That'd be cool too. But yeah, so Sega not making as many new games, not releasing as many new games this year as previous years.
Okay.
And they're doubling down on their hits. So okay.
But they're not a retro company. Exception
Not a
always
retro
coming
company.
out.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Hey, game
Yes.
fans. I know you've been waiting for certain studios to come back, certain labels to come back.
Nope.
Well, maybe the most important of all is being resurrected. Acclaim.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, has been resurrected with wrestler Jeff Jarrett as advisor. I don't know who that is, but
He's a wrestler.
He's a wrestler. I hear.
I believe one of his first. You know what? I'm probably wrong about this, but I think he was the wrestler that when he first came into the WWF was called Sparky Plug, and he was a NASCAR themed wrestler.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that was him. I could be wrong, but
Is that real?
Yeah.
Sparky Plug, the NASCAR themed wrestler?
I love that.
Okay.
No, I'm wrong. That wasn't him.
Oh.
That was what was Hardcore Holly? Bob Holly. I had that wrong. Sorry, but there was a NASCAR themed wrestler. Yes, called Sparky.
Once you've
Plug.
seen one wrestler, you've seen them all.
Oh, that's pretty. I think you're gonna
really
upset some of our listeners.
I'm laughing at you, Greg, by saying that. It was a sarcastic statement. aimed at your
my goodness.
Anyway, Jeff Jarrett.
confusion. Acclaim, yes,
Yeah.
purveyor of licensed video games back in the
Yeah.
NES
So
days.
I realize that the games press, for the most part, not all of them, and influencers, especially influencers, are here to just sort of amplify the message that's sent out. But I couldn't help. I had a discussion about this week with some other people who were talking about this at work, actually, and I couldn't help but notice that the overwhelming positivity of the resurrection of the Acclaim brand, like nobody remembers that the Acclaim brand wasn't positive.
Is there really an
Yeah, like
positivity about
I
Acclaim?
forget the words that were being used, but yeah, and it's just
Really?
like no.
I mean, give it enough time. People are saying that the Star Wars prequels are good now.
I did see that.
That's a whole.
wrong with the world.
It's
How
all
is that happening?
because all the kids who watched, grew up. Those were the first Star Wars movies they watched, and now it's 25 years later, and suddenly it's like, oh,
they weren't
I
that
remember
bad. They were
that.
pretty good. They
yeah,
were good.
yeah.
They
And
were-
now,
Anyway, yeah, I just thought
yeah.
it was weird to see it like I don't know,
no,
extremely positive. And
I
well,
mean,
I
at
will
least
admit-
not until they bring back Flying Edge. Can you
Right.
say
Arena.
or Arena?
I mean, I will admit that Acclaim had some very good years, mostly when they were just porting Midway's games, but
Yes.
before they stole NBA Jam out from under Midway. But it's like
Yes.
the Acclaim that I grew up with was just sort of, for the most part, shoveling out terrible licensed games.
Yes.
For the most part, not always. And then they kind of had a pretty bright run there in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s. But man, by the early 2000s, they were in rough shape, and they took any bit of goodwill that they had left and just ran it straight into the ground.
Yeah.
With like franchises like Turok and Dave Mirra BMX, which was a whole BMX XXX debacle, and paying people to sponsor headstones and to name their babies after Turok, and offering to pay speeding tickets for people so they could promote Burnout 2. Like, Acclaim was a shit show.
Yeah.
And anyway, I that was what struck me, was that, wow, it's just this overwhelmingly positive vibe, and I just don't get it. I mean, they do have some licenses that were exciting, and that's what they're gonna focus on, obviously.
Look,
but it's also not the return of Acclaim. It's the return of Acclaim in the fact that somebody bought the rights to the name.
I had a lot of fun playing Maximum Carnage when I was 7. So
And Maximum Carnage wasn't a very good game.
No,
You
it wasn't, but I was 7 and
You
it
weren't
was awesome.
You weren't 7 when Maximum
You weren't.
Carnage came out.
Jesus
Are you
Christ,
are
I
you
am
impersonating an influencer?
Yes, you morons.
No influencers were 7 when Maximum Carnage came out either.
No. They were
That game came out before they were born.
maybe
I'm just saying the
7
people who are
months.
excited about the return of Acclaim are excited because they were 7 and Maximum Carnage was the coolest thing in their world. You idiots.
I just remember renting Back to the Future for NES and being so freaking pissed off at that.
That's the
game.
Acclaim we remember.
That's the Acclaim you remember. And weren't they also LJN? Or wasn't it?
They
like
owned
Acclaim?
LJN at one
Is that what it
point.
was?
They ended up
LJN.
buying LJN, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe. I think that was one of those things where that way they could publish more NES games every year, right?
That was
having that
exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for anyone who
they
was
say-
7 when Maximum Carnage came out, for a while there,
Yeah.
if you were an NES third party, you were only allowed to publish X number of games a year, which is what begat labels like Ultra with Konami and LJN with Acclaim, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and then Acclaim took it up a notch when the Genesis came out, and they did Flying Edge, and
Because again,
Oh,
Nintendo wouldn't allow third parties to publish the same game on multiple consoles.
Right.
So yes, Acclaim started publishing under the Arena label and the
Arena
Flying
and
Edge
Flying Edge.
label, and yeah.
Yeah, but well, apparently this Acclaim, its initial goals are to support indie developers and reignite classic franchises.
Oh,
What does
I'm
that
curious
mean? You
what the
think
classic franchises will be.
does that only mean Turok and Shadow Man? Which are the only two I can remember. But I mean, didn't another company already do the updates to those?
It looks
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah, I don't know. Somebody else owns Turok. Universal Studios
Yeah.
owns Turok.
oh, really?
And
Yeah, it's a
NBA
comic
Jam
book
owns EA,
license.
or EA is owned by NBA Jam. Backwards.
What?
NBA
Wait,
Jam is
what?
owned by EA.
Wait a second, huh? Yeah, and Shadow Man was also a comic series, I think.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Yeah,
I mean,
so
hey,
Acclaim coming
more
back.
power to 'em,
Hey,
but-
sure. Yeah.
CJ's
thing.
very excited because
Felt weird.
this means
boat.
there's a potential sequel to Dragonheart,
NES Jaws. Oh God,
Fire
no.
and Steel.
You're excited about it, Phil, because of Iron Man Exo Manowar.
Yep. Iron Man couldn't be hotter nowadays, so
Yeah.
finally we'll bring Robert Downey Jr. and Exo Manowar
Yeah.
back into the spotlight.
They did horrible games. That Dragonheart game was a piece of
Of course.
shit.
Of course it was.
It was a turd. It was a burgled turd.
Wow.
Anyway.
My goodness.
I had to write at least 2 pages on that thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what
I liked the movie.
That's
The
what-
movie was okay.
the Dragonheart movie?
Dragonheart movie.
The Sean Connery?
I was going to say, was that the Sean Connery movie?
I am the last one.
Mr. Connery, it's wonderful to have you on the show. What have you been doing with yourself?
That's all I can do. I am the last one.
Oh, that's great. We're excited.
I hope you left enough room for my fist.
That wasn't Sean Connery.
Because I'm going to ram it into your stomach.
First,
Hey, what?
I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately. Who is your daddy? And what does he do?
All right.
You're
All right.
drifting
All right.
into Walken there by the end.
Who is your daddy? And what does he do?
Yes. All right. That's it for news.
You know, I wonder what Bane would sound like if he were making
Yeah,
a
this has
prank
been a
call.
long news segment.
I think it would sound something like.
Where's your daddy? Oh, wait. What does he do? Good Lord.
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's time for what we've been playing.
Oh.
Phil, you get to kick us off today.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have we
right.
talked about everything Phil's been playing in the news section?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Greg.
mean,
Hey.
maybe we did. Yeah, sure. But he can talk about it again.
Fair.
Yeah.
So, real quick, I didn't put this on the outline, but last week I was talking about playing some Taiko no Tatsujin on the Steam, and I got my new drum.
Yes. We linked to it in the show notes.
And I was debating, I was toying with the concept of getting a little stand for it.
And here we are.
And you did.
I don't know if it, oh, there it is.
Oh.
Look, if you're seeing on the camera. Now see, I got a little whoop, there it is.
Oh, nice.
I'm
I
pretty
gotta-
sure I called this last week. As soon as you mentioned it
yeah.
existed, I said you were going to get this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Delivered
was,
to your house
a
like less
couple
than
hours.
48 hours.
it was a couple it was no, it was oh my gosh, that is rattling. There we go.
That makes the
Yeah,
microphone
vibrations have a
rattle and
tendency to
everything.
do that.
Yes.
There we go. I moved it out of the way. But
Thank you.
I now have a drum mounted on a monitor stand that
Face
I can
amount.
just swivel over
Nice.
and play whenever I want. And
That's
I've been
cool.
doing it quite a bit. It is
Have you?
wonderful. This was a good decision, and I am pleased with it. So
There you
I
go.
will be playing lots of Taiko no Tatsujin on my personal computer now.
Excellent.
Yeah, I did play some Donkey Kong on the NSO. It is great.
Fantastic video game.
Terrific game. I played a bit of Picross, even though I played through that Picross game quite some time ago.
Yeah. Well, this one doesn't have the modern conveniences.
That is true. No, there is
a little bit difficult to play.
It's kind of difficult.
There's some quality of life downgrades.
Yeah.
That you're not seeing because over the past decades,
30 years,
Jupiter has really hammered out all the little kinks that are in that their game.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's it's a little tricky going back if you're used to the modern conveniences, but at its core,
still a good game.
Still a top-notch logic puzzle game. So
yeah,
I'm delighted it's back. I'm curious if at some point they will put up the sequel, Picross 2.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that's ever been put up on one of these services, has it?
Was it on Virtual Console?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it was.
I don't think it was, but
that'd be interesting if they would.
I feel like we would have talked about it at length had it been.
Yeah, we probably would have.
You know what? It was released on the Japanese 3DS Virtual Console.
Okay.
But not over here.
Right.
Well, they have been putting out Japanese games on NSO, so you never know.
Yeah. It's also it's always I don't know why, but this game is called Mario's Picross.
Yeah.
That's its Japanese title as well.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's Mario no Picross over there.
Yeah.
And then there was the sequel for the Super Famicom, Mario no Super Picross. But for some reason, the Game Boy sequel drops the Mario.
It's just Picross 2.
It's just Picross 2.
And
I never
Mario's still in it, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, not only that, but it has Wario. It's got Wario's Picross.
Oh.
Which Mario Super Picross also has, but yeah, and I mean on the front of the box, Mario and Wario are right there on the front of the box, but they dropped the Mario name.
Huh.
I don't know why.
Interesting.
I guess Nintendo just didn't care about Mario for
that's not true.
For a short bit of time. Seems weird. I don't know. But I'm playing those two Game Boy games. They're great.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you should play them. But of course, the bulk of my time has been continuing to sail the high seas as the pirate Yakuza Goro Majima in the new Like a Dragon game, which I am still. I think I'm closing in towards the end of chapter 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm still in chapter 2, I think.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
No, I am in chapter 3 now.
Okay.
I am in chapter 3.
Chapter 2 continues for me.
Oh, really?
But I didn't play too much.
Okay.
Last week, I did run into the other pirate faction that.
The devil.
Yeah, the
pirates or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devil Flag.
Devil Flags. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Chapter 3. I did make it to. I am currently at a point where I need to return to Madlantis.
Yeah.
And continue going through kind of the pirate Coliseum battles and things like that.
Yeah.
But as you might imagine, I have gotten distracted by side quests and things like that.
It's too easy.
It's very easy to do.
Get distracted.
The one I went through this last night, So there is and you will encounter this at some point, CJ, and I encourage you to go through this side quest. So there is a side quest at one point. Masaru, member of your crew, the chef, at one point he is lamenting that he does not have a girlfriend. He's lonely. He gets lonely out on the high seas.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. And Masaru is looking for some companionship.
Yeah.
So Majima, being the thoughtful, considerate, caring captain that he is, decides that he's going to try and wrangle up a girlfriend.
They were gonna like get some kind of robot girl or something.
No.
Out of strong
Wait until they're in
cloth.
space before we get into that kind of sci-fi nonsense, CJ. My goodness.
Oh man, sci-fi nonsense and oh, I would pay upwards of $100 for that game.
Oh my! You hear that, Sega? That's a deluxe collector's edition right there.
I think I did pay $100 for Pirate Yakuza.
Oh yeah,
no, why?
Well worth it too.
Yeah,
but and I don't want to spoil where this side quest goes.
Okay,
because it goes places, and I encourage you to not, try and avoid spoilers if you can.
Okay. Can you give me a hint, a little taste, a little tease, so that I know when I'm on the line for this side quest?
I mean, it's going to be very obvious. At some point, you'll see Masaru getting, he'll be, oh boy, I wish I had a girl.
And then you follow it all the way through.
Yeah.
Does it involve the dating app that is in?
It does not involve the dating app,
Infinite Wealth.
But what the woman who runs the dating app,
yes,
Mismatch, she shows up.
Good.
She shows up and she helps you.
I need her as crew on my ship too.
Because what you're trying to do.
She was in the demo. She was on my crew in the demo.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Well, I'll spoil this. If you finish that subquest, that's when she joins your crew.
Okay. Well, it's 100% confirmed. I'm doing this side quest all the way through.
There's your
Mismatch on my crew.
There's your incentive. But
Greg, there's a dating app in Infinite Wealth. Dating thing.
I've sworn off all dating apps, virtual or otherwise.
If you say the right thing, you can get a picture of feet.
Jesus.
But it's true.
I believe it's true.
God. So what? I'll give you a vague idea of what happens here in this subquest. So the point is, you're trying to gather all these ladies that you think are like Masaru's type. And you're trying to get them all together, and you're trying to hold it. You're holding like a little party.
Okay, so it's like Millionaire Matchmaker, but in Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Yes, I guess.
Millionaire Matchmaker, a show?
I don't know.
It's a television show. Yeah.
Where they gather a bunch of ladies and
yes,
and the guy has to like pick one or something.
And there's a mixer party. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yes, it's exactly that kind of thing.
So we now have confirmed the Like a Dragon team watches trash US reality shows, perhaps.
I think we probably already knew that.
Yeah.
Deep down.
Yeah. So you go around and there's little quests where you interact with like 5 different ladies. And you get to know them, and they all have their individual stories that you get to take part in, and they're all very amusing. And then it culminates in the big mixer party. And it is genuinely hilarious. Like it goes into straight comedy, and I was cracking up throughout. So excellent. I encourage you strongly to do that quest once you get to it.
Okay.
So, and then we can talk about it after you do it.
Okay.
But please do. But yeah. still having a blast with the game.
Yeah, still loving it.
I've kind of gotten sidetracked yet again, doing more pirating stuff, sailing around, getting treasure.
I love the pirate combat. I love the ship combat in this.
Yeah,
It's great. It's super fun.
I'm trying to
landing on islands and fighting is still great.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff. They managed to make all that stuff. I mean, it's super fun anyway, but it doesn't necessarily feel like a slog, like going through a city and just fighting a bunch of people.
Right.
Would. It's fun.
And it very much kind of lends itself to like, oh, I'm just a little ways away from this island. Yeah. I'll do one more ship battle and then activate this lighthouse or whatever, because there's like warp points in the game. Have you encountered any of the cursed instruments yet?
Yes.
Okay.
The violin.
Yes, I'm trying to get I've gotten 2 of them so far. I'm trying to get the rest, and
yeah.
This
game is just systems on systems on systems on systems.
Absolutely, it is.
Side quests.
Yep.
Oh, I like it so much.
Yeah, that's where I am right now. Just trying to get side quest stuff done so I can continue with the main story. But the side stuff's just so much fun.
It is.
Yeah. But that's it. That's what I've been playing, so.
Alrighty.
Please. What have you been playing?
Phil, I've been playing Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Tell me more.
Yes. And I expanded my pirate crew. Like I expanded the ship. That expansion and increased my boarding crew to more people. I didn't realize I had the street surfer inventor on my crew.
Oh, yes.
Which was great. But I'm not much further than I had played up to last week's show. I did go back to Honolulu, so now I'm back in Honolulu, and I need to go to I believe it's the car shop, the shop or whatever. Either that or the Revolve Bar I have to go to.
Okay.
Places.
Okay.
Is my next stop. So, but I love it. It's great.
Well, if you need to get around Honolulu, might I recommend the Waikiki trolley?
Yes, as your shirt indicates. Yes. Well, I still have not gone on the trolley in either Infinite Wealth or Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
So you haven't done the little snap mini game.
I didn't. I have not done the snap mini game. No.
Oh my gosh.
I did the trolley ride with the J-pop star. I did
that, which is a good
idol singer.
Good little quest.
That's a fun one. Yeah.
Yep. No, you gotta talk to the dude who's snapping pictures of the perverts, all the sickos hanging around town.
Okay, I'll get to that. I'll get
over by the beach. There's a trolley stop over by the beach.
Okay,
and there's a guy there you can chat with,
and that'll start.
Which will start the photo snapping mini game side quest.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm already looking forward to it. It's great.
Yeah, which is fun. And also culminates in some weirdness.
Doesn't culminate?
There's a lot of this.
Phil, and we talked about this on Slack, and I had forgotten about it until I was looking back at my screenshots that I'd taken on PlayStation.
Yeah.
There's a mini game or it's not a mini game. It's a side quest where this guy has a VR headset that lets you talk to animals.
Yes.
And you put it on and you start talking with the cat.
Goro
/ tiger.
Goro's a cat.
Around. Goro, he's a cat, not a tiger, clearly. And you have a conversation with the cat, and it really descends it goes into some weird places. It starts getting romantic with the cat.
You realize you're on a date.
You realize you're on a date with the cat. And it's weird. It's very uncomfortable.
With the little baby tiger.
The baby tiger.
Yeah.
Confessing its love for you.
Hey,
suddenly.
Come on.
Yeah. and that was super fun. That was just a funny side quest.
Yep.
Bit. And then I played some Monster Hunter Wilds, mainly just getting materials for weapon upgrades in that. So I really do enjoy the ability to grind missions and then have NPC fighters join you.
And I
That's a lot of fun. So you don't have to play solo.
I heard this weekend you strong-armed your best friend Mike into buying this game as well.
Wow.
Oh, this was last week that I strong-armed it. Oh,
right.
yeah, I strong-armed.
No, I heard this week. Is what I'm saying.
Okay,
That's
yeah. Yeah, he bought it.
And You're damn right he bought it.
We played a week ago, but we didn't play this weekend. So, but there's also an update coming to Void Crew that's very exciting.
Very exciting.
So very, very exciting. And I did buy, but I didn't play Split Fiction. This week. The reviews were so glowing for that game.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to play it. Like I watched a little bit of it.
You gonna play it? You gonna play it with your daughter?
Maybe.
I bet you it would be a good game to play with your daughter.
You're right, but I bought it on Steam, so I'm wondering now we can do that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You'd need.
I bought it on Steam so I could play with Mike, so we could play another co-op.
Well, I mean, I know he comes to mind before your kid, but I'm just saying.
No.
Oh boy.
We could play Split Fiction. I might have to double dip. Is that what we're talking about?
No, I'm not gonna. I doubt I'll play Split Fiction. I hated It Takes Two.
I think actually you can play. I could play Split Fiction on the Steam Deck with 2 players on a TV.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So we could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I wouldn't have to buy 2 copies of it. But yeah, the reviews are great. Really glowing, like a 90 or something on Metacritic, which that doesn't happen often anymore.
Yeah.
So I need to play it. I didn't really love It Takes Two, I gotta say. We bounced. I was playing it with my daughter, and we bounced.
Yeah.
Off of it.
Curious what It Takes Two's Metascore is 88.
There you go.
And that was 8.9. So
Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Maybe this one.
That's the reason I played it.
Maybe this one's going to do the same. Who knows? And my daughter did play through Lost Records Bloom and Rage.
I'm interested to hear what. So you didn't? Did you watch her playing it, or?
I watched her playing it. She was playing it she was off of school on Friday, and so she was playing it while I was working. So I heard the game, but I wasn't watching the game. I wasn't actively watching.
So did you talk to her about the game? Like what? I'm just super curious about what she thought of it. What anybody who's played that game thought of it.
I see. Well, she really liked it.
Clearly didn't talk to her too much about it.
We didn't talk about too many of the themes. I watched her play some of the end of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, she really enjoyed it.
She finished it.
She finished it, yes.
Okay.
And then started playing it again.
Oh wow. Okay. So she really liked it.
Other options, other dialogue options and things. So yeah, she really enjoyed it. And it was a lot longer than episode 1 of normal episodic games.
Yeah, like 6 or so hours, I think, or even longer than that.
Yeah, she played it for more than 6 hours.
No.
Yeah, start to finish. So, but yeah, she really enjoyed it.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's all I've been playing. So, Greg, what you got for us?
I'm still playing Silent Hill 2. Constantly questioning why I'm still playing Silent Hill 2, but
this is not Like a Dragon, though.
You're right.
No Like a Dragon Silent Hill. Survival horror,
right?
Like a Dragon game would be fun, though.
Well, I mean, they did do that zombie game.
They did do the zombie game, didn't they?
Yeah, Dead Souls.
Yeah,
is that what it was?
We didn't get it. But... We didn't get that here, did we?
Except for the fact that it came out here. Yes.
Yeah, there was the one we didn't get was that hasn't there already been one that was set in like ancient Japan or something like that?
I
know they're doing
did
that
come
again,
out,
but
though.
that didn't come
Ishin.
out here. That didn't come out here, I don't think.
Ishin came out here.
I mean, the
I played it.
recent
The
Ishin
recent
game,
one did, but there was another one before that.
I think it might have been like a PSP game or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Clearly, none of us knows. But yeah. So anyway, we've been playing more Silent Hill.
Ishin was a remake of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. The original PSP one we did not get, but we did get the remake.
Like I said. Anyway.
Looks like Split Fiction is crossplay PC, Xbox, PS5. So that's cool.
There you go. So you can just buy it on one of those other systems. And
I already bought it on Steam. Were you not listening to what I said?
No, I'm talking about if you needed to buy another copy for your daughter, is what I'm saying.
No, there's a friend pass.
Man, this conversation just won't die.
Download.
Okay.
Free download, friend pass. Anyway, Silent Hill, tell us all about it.
It better be good.
It better be good.
It's great. I question why I'm continuing to play it, but it's only because I'm such a coward that the game freaks me out constantly, even when there's nothing happening in that game.
You know what game won't freak you out or will freak you out in the best of ways?
I don't know, because you guys were talking about the dating app where you can get pictures of feet, so I'm a little freaked out. I'm just gonna say
you liked that kind of thing.
I did not. I'll have you know.
Then why'd you have me send you those pictures? Anyway.
Not my fault you misunderstood the word midriff. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Silent Hill 2.
What were we talking about?
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
So I've never really played Silent Hill 2. I know it's a classic. But I haven't really ever been a big survival horror fan.
Yeah.
But I do like them, and I've had in recent years I've gotten more into like the Resident Evil games and stuff like that, and of course like Alan Wake and things. And hearing such good things about this Silent Hill remake, which again is a super positive reaction to a remake of a classic, because it would have been so easy to screw it up. Buddy of mine lent me the game, and it's so good. Like, I can't speak to how well it compares to the original, although I know that they've added like a dodge button. So I know that some hardcore purists were not crazy about the fact that the combat has been made easier. I personally love that, because I don't want the combat to be a sort of, I don't know, slow me down. I kind of just want to keep moving through. But yeah, so I'm in like I would say like the second segment. I've sort of explored the first part of the town of Silent Hill and gotten into this big apartment complex, and I've been working my way through all the 3 different floors. It's just like a big maze. And man, the atmosphere is crazy. And I was saying this last night when I was talking about it. I mean, obviously fog is a big thing in Silent Hill, and I think it looks fantastic. It's used so well in this remake. But when you get into this apartment complex, of course, there's no fog in the building. So they're using darkness, and I don't really know how to describe it except to say that like they use it to different degrees. And man, when you get to some sections, it's just like it just swallows up the light of your flashlight so completely, and it's done so well. Along with the audio design, which even I remember on the PlayStation 2, the audio design on that game was incredible. They do such a good job just constantly freaking you out with just this like constant thrum of just scary noises happening all around you, even when nothing's happening. So I'm really enjoying it a lot. But again, it's also, I play it for like an hour and then I have to put it down because I'm just like, I'm too freaked out and I don't want to keep playing, but I'm really enjoying it. So it's going to take me forever to get through it, I think. But yeah, I'm loving it. Really loving it.
Cool.
And other than that, I built a big Lego 1960s Batmobile this week.
So. Oh,
ooh, very nice.
Big set. It was awesome, by the way.
Very
I'd have to
good.
say one of my favorite sets
that
I've ever built. So, I mean, I love that version of the Batmobile. So,
yeah,
the old 60s
Hell yeah.
was great. So, yeah, that's it.
That's it. All right. I guess that means it's time for tweets. All righty. Let's do this one from hacker alias CERN Stuff, who says, what do you guys think of the Steam trading cards? Is Phil a collector of these useless beauties? And is he enjoying Beyond Shadowgate? As I use these cards exclusively to finance my next games, I was pleasantly surprised when I saw that my Grim Reaper card from Beyond Shadowgate was sold to none other than Whimsical Phil. Or was it the devil? Thanks, Phil, and sorry for exposing your addiction.
We already covered this, but Phil wasn't here.
Did we?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, we reread this before, but Phil.
We read this one?
Yep.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
Totally serious.
And I don't have Steam. I only play on the Epic Game Store.
Yeah, and I
You're into trading cards.
I
You're
have
into the Steam trading cards.
I have when I've earned them. I have used them to jack up my little Steam level, whatever that means.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it's a game I like, I will usually get the badge just cause. But then I will
Okay.
also, if it's a game I don't care about, I will sometimes just farm them and sell them for. I mean, the
How do you
pennies that
farm
they
trading
get.
cards? Is it just time played? Or
Yeah.
That's all it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I have so many Sea of Thieves trading cards.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, they, it's not like an infinite. Like each game,
Right.
you might, you can spawn 5 cards
Yeah.
as you play or something like that.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right. Do you finance your games with trading card purchases?
No, because
Doing
you
that?
only get like pennies for
Yeah,
them.
pennies,
So no.
right?
Yeah.
How would
So
you do
no.
that?
Lots
guess
and lots of trading
A
cards.
lot of pennies.
A lot of pennies. All right. Let's do this one from Mr. Jason W. Who says,
Yeah.
I went all digital with my media, games, movies, books, music, years ago because I was running out of space in my house. I've always wondered where Phil manages to store all his collector's editions, toy collections, 3D printed projects, etc. I assume he doesn't live in an abandoned warehouse. Lol.
No, I rent an abandoned warehouse. I live in my home.
It's next to the abandoned
What a silly
warehouse.
question.
Yeah.
I don't have that much like collector edition games. I stopped buying collector edition of games years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like a media.
You mean except
shelf.
for 3 or 4 of them that you pre-ordered from Limited Run like 8 years ago that you're still waiting to ship? Or
Well, I don't think those will ever ship. I
just drive to North Carolina, get them there.
Yeah, no, I have like a media shelf that has like my Switch games and stuff on it, but yeah, the big problem is toys at this point. I mean, I got a big shelf right there with a bunch of my toys on it and stuff like that.
You had to build a whole separate wing onto your house.
That's true.
to
That is
deal
true.
with.
I have a bunch of Transformers in big Rubbermaid tubs stored in closets, and
Yeah.
yeah,
That's how it works.
that's how it be.
Okay.
So you don't store anything off-site then?
No.
Okay, just
No.
curious.
No, I mean,
I wouldn't either.
I know
for
you
obvious
would.
reasons.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, remember I had a bunch of toys stolen from I mean, I didn't
did.
get ransacked as bad as CJ did,
You
but I certainly did have a bunch of toys stolen from my storage unit years ago.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't recommend it.
No.
But
All right, let's do
yeah.
this one in happier news from Botatonian. Botatonian? Yeah. Botatonian. There we go. That sounds right.
Is that there we go?
None of it has sounded right, but let's keep going.
Botatonian. If you were still in the review business, how would you review a collection where one game is, say, an 8 out of 10, but the other game is a 10 out of 10? Would you average out the 9 out of 10 or give it the higher score? I'm thinking of something like the Suikoden collection or Tony Hawk 1+2, where the second game outshines. Yeah, how would we go about reviewing a collection? I have my answer.
The way we used to, like, well, I guess if you're talking nowadays, there's a good chance that you're reviewing it online, which means you don't really necessarily have a limit to, I should say a really tight word count limit or anything like that. So you could probably just give them multiple scores. But I mean, most of the time when I reviewed games back in the day, I was really looking at value for money a lot of the time. That was my main goal. And so if you had a collection where there was one like sort of all-time classic and one maybe not so good, I would probably skew towards the higher score, or not necessarily average them out. I might ding it a little bit for one of the two games, or some percentage of the collection not being amazing. But if it's something that was like an absolute must play, and it's still sort of the price of one game anyway, then it made sense to say this is worth buying.
Right.
So I wouldn't really average them out. But again, the poor side would definitely affect the high score, but not an average.
Yeah, for me, it would be about the overall collection.
Yeah.
I'm not reviewing two separate games, basically. I'm reviewing them as one product that you're either buying or not.
Yeah.
Even if one outshone the other, I think I would still just look at it overall as a package, not thinking about it as one game is an 8 out of 10, the other is a 10 out of 10, or whatever.
Or you get like Arc the Lag Collection, which was all garbage, and just give it a really low score.
Or that. Yeah. And especially now, if there are improvements made to some of these games, like I would look more towards that. Like,
yeah, that's a good point. Because that's not something that was really happening to the compilations we were reviewing back in the day.
That's true. No.
So that's a good
They'd add maybe CG cutscenes to Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's about it.
Or something.
Yeah, I certainly lean more CJ in that the review is of the collection. I mean, if someone is interested in a collection, odds are they know what they're getting.
Yeah.
They know if this collection has, let's say, 3 games on there, and one of them is kind of a dud. It's like, yeah.
Who's the Yoshi's Cookie in Nintendo Puzzle Collection? Which never came out in the US.
Which no. Which that was a GameCube game, because nobody knows what that is. That was a GameCube game.
True.
It had Panel de Pon. It had, what was it, Dr. Mario?
Yes.
And Yoshi's Cookie. Which obviously Panel de Pon is the draw.
That's Tetris Attack for
yes.
Yeah.
I personally like Dr. Mario.
I like Dr. Mario also.
I mean, it's not incredible, but it's a fun game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yoshi's Cookie is
I've never played Yoshi's Cookie.
It's not very good.
You're not missing anything.
No. I didn't think I was.
No. But yeah, I would certainly skew to the higher end. The inclusion of a not very good game in a collection would not bring down the score for me.
Yeah.
But it would certainly be something I would mention in the copy that, of these 3 games, this game is not that good, but it's good that it's in the collection for completionist's sake, that kind of thing.
Well, if you're looking at something like Tetris Forever, also, you're not reviewing each separate game.
Right.
In that collection.
But I mean, that's a very package. Different thing.
That's a different thing. Yeah.
Because
Tony Hawk
it leans so much on the documentary side of things.
Yeah.
But like, I'm thinking of like those old like Namco collections.
Yes.
And not
Midway
not
Arcade
one of those old Namco games are
Worth
stone
revisiting.
cold classics.
Right.
But also it's good that it's there just for completion's sake. But
that's true.
I'm glad I don't review games anymore.
Me too. Yeah. Apparently that Tony Hawk 3+4 thing, because Tony Hawk 4 apparently was an open world game, and they're doing something where it's not open world for the remake. And there were some people upset about that, but I don't have any stake in the Tony Hawk series in general. But
I heard something, I don't know if this is true, but I forget who I saw who said it. I think it was Phil Salvatore, maybe from Video Game History Foundation. I could be wrong about that. It was somebody whose opinions I trust. It wasn't just some random on social media. But anyway, that they were aging the levels in those Tony Hawk games.
Oh yeah.
To make it look like this is like the same amount of time had passed since the original games were released.
Oh really?
In the levels, which I thought was super cool. I have no idea, but I'm just saying, because I'm not going to play them, and I didn't play the remakes. I liked Tony Hawk, but I wasn't crazy about it. But I just thought that was super cool if it's true.
That is cool.
It's a nice touch.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias. Well, listener Chris. Let's just say that.
Okay.
How does Phil?
Yeah.
How does Phil always?
Well, everyone's real curious about my life all of a sudden.
I know you got everybody wanting to know the many details of Phil.
Should I start a vlog?
No.
Do kids still start vlogs these days?
I think they do.
Should I become a famous vlogger?
TikToker. How does Phil always find these strange soda flavors? I never see them at my stores. Is there a Wario 64 equivalent for soda? A soda Reddit?
You want to know my secret?
Tell us.
I mean, I don't like...
You go to the grocery store and...
I don't like, letting this get out.
You go to the Oreo cookie aisle and you go skipping down the soda aisle and see all the limited edition flavors.
Sometimes I'm at the grocery store and I see a flavor of soda I've never seen before, and then I buy it. That's it. You've stumbled onto my...
Sometimes, though,
yeah,
those limited edition flavors do end up being part of the social media discourse. And then
I mean, I'm snarking, certainly, but that honestly kind of is the answer. I know that there are, soda communities and junk food communities out there.
Yes.
I do not follow them. I'm sure if you go onto Reddit or something, you can find, people who are just talking about all the mountain. I am aware there is a Mountain Dew wiki that keeps track of all the Mountain's Dews, but again, I don't.
The mountains do.
The mountains do.
The mountains.
It's the proper plural. No, it is very much a the orange cream Coke that apparently I'm the only person who doesn't like.
Love it. I had some more last night.
Dana had some. She really likes it. So I don't know.
She's got mostly good taste.
Mostly.
I can't say I agree with all her
when it comes to soda.
But, yeah,
sure.
Yes.
But yeah, that was absolutely just me at Safeway or something and seeing it and just going, oh, there's a new Coke. I guess I'll try it. So I wish I had a more interesting answer, but it really is just sometimes I see new food at a grocery store. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry,
okay, Phil.
Well, I just don't want people knowing about the secret website where we're constantly revealing all the leaks from the Coca-Cola and Pepsi companies.
Yes.
I don't want my soda leakers getting into trouble with Johnny Law.
There you go.
The Soda Leakers. That's a good band name.
That is pretty good. Yeah.
I doubt your sincerity.
Trying to think of what kind of band that is. Probably a ska band that has at least 2 costumed dancers.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I'm at the grocery store and I see some new soda,
Yeah.
you know what I'll do?
What?
You know what I'll do with it? Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I got him. I got CJ with my
He saw that. He saw that coming from a mile away. That was the best part. He was laughing uncontrollably before he even began the punchline.
Cripes. Oh my gosh.
Fine.
You back?
Yeah, since we have a few minutes here, we can do a Star Trek minute. How about that? Yes.
I thought we did one
wow.
earlier.
No, that was a different minute.
Wow.
We finished up season 5 of Next Generation, which has that 2-parter, the Time's Arrow 2-parter where they find Data's head in San Francisco.
Yeah. Yes.
In some ruins, and
yes.
That was great, that 2-parter, but also had me remembering.
I actually saw that episode.
Remember when they finished a season on a freaking cliffhanger, and then you had to wait 4 months?
Oh yeah,
to see what happened. Like, how bullshit is that?
Yep.
Yeah. We looked at the air dates, and it was like May is when the season finale aired, and then September is
welcome to TV in the 90s.
TV in the 90s. Yeah.
Enjoy those reruns all summer.
Yeah, really, really fun episode. Then we watched we were just going through it. So Relic's the one where Scotty shows up from the old show.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Relic was on the Beachcombers.
Crashes on the Dyson sphere.
Yes. Yeah, that was a fantastic episode. We watched the one where some of the crew were turned into kids from the
I saw that one too.
Yep.
Really, really good one.
The kid who plays young Guinan in that episode is really good. Like, she does a really good job of like
I know
mimicking Whoopi
Goldberg.
Yeah.
They did a great job with that.
Yeah.
We just watched a fistful of Datas.
I'm sorry. You're my number one dad. When little kid Picard slips and calls Riker number one.
Buddy up.
Number one.
The Ferengi.
Yeah, my number one dad.
That was too funny.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we just watched Fistful of Datas.
Which one was that?
One where Worf and his kid are in the holodeck doing a Western.
Oh, right.
Through Troy, and Data messes with the ship's computer and turns into every character in their Old West, their Ancient West adventure. They call it Ancient West, not just the Old West.
Worf is a terrible father, by the way.
Correct.
Just the worst.
Just coming up with more excuses to do work so he didn't have to spend a few days with his son.
Terrible father.
I get it.
Yeah. Awkward.
They don't listen.
Not only to this show, but just in general. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was supposed to be up here and in bed 10 minutes ago, so you know.
Oh boy.
There you go. Oh, but I think we're gonna watch. We should watch The Voyage Home soon. That's
so you watched
movie.
You watched 2 and 3, yeah?
We watched 2 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yes, you
we're
should.
Continuing on our Star Trek adventure, and it's fantastic. That show, so good.
It is
so good.
It is.
Anyway, we're not even skipping like a lot of the episodes now. We read the plot synopsis, and it's just like, well, we have to watch this one.
Oh, see, you're starting to you're getting into it now. You're not even skipping around.
Not even skipping around.
We're going through Enterprise, which is the last of the live action series that we have not seen. We being Dana,
Scott Bakula,
and myself. Yep, Scott Bakula.
Yeah,
as Captain Archer. the first Enterprise captain. And it's a 4-season show. And seasons 1 and 2 were like, not very good. There were some ideas, there was some stuff in there that I liked, but on the whole, it was just kind of like, this is definitely weaker than, even Voyager. I mean, it was better than Discovery. It was better than Picard. Yeah. But of those kind of like 90s treks, it was definitely the weakest of the bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an early aught series, but you know what I mean.
I do.
But we've hit season 3, and I'll tell you what, it's got good.
Oh, okay.
All right. So yeah, once they kind of hit season 3, they get into their stride, and
nice.
I'm genuinely enjoying Enterprise now. So.
Yeah. Did we talk about the Andor trailer? Because I'm still worried about season 2.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
we talked about it though. Yeah. What's up?
We're a video game show. Did you see the Last of Us trailer?
Last of Us season 2. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
that looks good.
I'm excited.
Looks like they're gonna follow. It looks like they're gonna follow the game story
pretty much
a little bit more closely this time. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some. Was it Ellie riding on a horse into Seattle? There was a shot of
that.
And then also the museum. There was
the museum.
The museum scene. I was like, that's the museum.
Yes, it is.
So we're definitely going there.
Yep.
That's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be good.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I gotta go back and rewatch the first season.
I might do that as well. I'm gonna do that with Andor as well.
Memory.
I need to do that with Andor for sure.
Yeah,
I need to do that with not all the seasons, but I want to do that with Daredevil because apparently the new Daredevil series is quite good, and I loved the Netflix series. So
well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Alrighty, and that has been our TV minute for this episode. I think that means we can do the outro. What do you think of that?
I think I'm waiting for it to start the outro.
Alrighty, and then as our show for this week, thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on various social media platforms, definitely Blue Sky and Threads. Or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Stewart. You'll find Generation 16 episodes as they happen. You'll find links and other show notes to
You got it.
All the things that we talked about.
Through, CJ.
You'll find links to the things that we talked about and a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting theplayer1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitch.televisions. Just to follow one of our social media accounts. Just follow Blue Sky. Come on, let's be honest here. To find out when we're doing our next live show. Typically, it is Sunday evenings at 5:30 specific time. And if you tuned in at the wrong time this week, maybe you forgot to set your clock forward.
Possible, or maybe daylight. You're listening from a country that doesn't do that.
I mean, that would be the way to do it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, follow that. Do that. Join us live if you'd like. And I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 Podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll use your money to fund our podcast.
What? Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it's
That's
for.
what it's for.
What it's for.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's not funny, but it's honest. You know,
Just like the podcast.
you ain't wrong.
True.
Oh boy. And I'll tell you what. You got a couple bucks left over. Why don't you go over to
you skipped a part. You skipped a part.
Oh, I did skip a part. I skipped a part about the after show.
Yes.
If you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier, there it is.
Cheap.
You gain access to a special weekly bonus episode. We record it right after this. I promise you. We play games, crack-wise, having fun doing all that stuff you can't do on the regular show. CJ.
Yeah.
Do we have a game?
Phil.
Yeah.
I am.
Don't jerk me around, CJ. Do we have a game or not?
I regret to inform you.
Oh my gosh, it's happened.
That.
Yeah.
We do have a game. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
A true shocker indeed. What is this game, CJ?
This one combines video game titles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this a listener submitted one?
This is a listener
I'm already worried about this.
Jeopardy quiz.
Okay.
So, for example,
this is a novelty.
Well, yeah, I'll have to explain it on the after show itself. But basically, two game titles mushed together, combined. We have to.
We've done this before.
Do something with it. Yeah, it's similar to one that we have done before.
Okay. Okay. Is it one where like you have two game titles and the last word of one is the same as the first of the other?
Yes.
Like that?
Yeah.
Mega Manhunter New York.
Yep.
That kind of thing.
That kind of thing.
Does anyone know what Manhunter New York is?
Oh yeah,
these days?
I loved those.
Well, I
games.
know you do, Greg, because you are a cultured individual. I don't know.
Manhunter San Francisco as well.
Yep. I just don't know how widespread.
Pretty lesser known classic Sierra games. So.
Exactly. Anyway, well, that sounds intriguing, CJ.
Yes.
I'm looking
I
forward.
agree.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I think it'll be fun.
And now I'll tell you what. If you have a couple bucks left over, why don't you go to patreon.com/Greg Sewerts to help support Greg's outstanding and his outstanding web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Phil. And if you are a supporter of the $3 variety,
cheapity, cheap.
How many
Yep.
How many Steam trading cards could you get for $3, Satan?
Oh, hundreds.
I know you're a big fan.
I collect so many of them. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Well, you are the king of lies.
Thank you.
Father of lies, sorry.
The Prince of Lies.
Prince of lies. It all works.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
I'm just so darned evil. They don't have those on the Epic Game Store, Greg.
It's true.
But you do, Greg.
Yeah.
Every week or two, you get a free game.
Really?
What's better than free?
You know what though? I still can't use the Epic launcher on my system, on my new system. I can't
Why
use
is that?
I don't know. If I knew, I'd fix it.
What an odd thing to happen. It works on my computer fine.
It's almost like my computer's cursed.
You know your boy loves a curse.
I know.
Like damn. That's a curse. I just said it.
You get early access to all of my videos, so you could have already watched my PlayStation video that just went live today.
Oh my goodness!
Sorry. Yeah,
this is about the Sony PlayStation.
Yes,
that's the best one.
Mm-hmm. New videos every month, so please consider supporting the show. I really appreciate it, and it does help.
Look at that. How kind. Is that it?
That's it.
I think that's it.
CJ.
Yellow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Oh, certainly. Gregory.
Yo.
Thank you.
Thank you, Philip.
I try. And a big old thank you to you, our wonderful, wonderful listeners, every single darn one of you. As always, please take care of yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. And by gum, we hope to see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.